Whew, it is warm today. I guess summer's finally arrived. And I tell you what, I'm not used to this weather. Being a big bloke from Manchester, I'm used to rain and cold. Sweaty. Very sweaty. Yes people, it's me Johnny Dub back again with episode 4 of Visions in Tokyo. If you're new to the channel, then welcome, and if you're returning, haven't seen some of the other videos, then thank you for joining me once again. Today is a very special day for me as it is my 40th birthday. So to mark the occasion, I'm going to go into my local neighbourhood, take some street photos and show you guys some of the sights that Shimokitazawa has to offer. Seeing as it's my birthday, what would be really good would be if I could get 40 likes and 40 comments down below. It helps me grow the channel, and it's also really good to hear feedback from you guys about what you liked and what you didn't like, and also suggestions of places that I could go and explore for future episodes. Now for those that don't know, back in the day, Shimokitazawa was the beatnik area of Tokyo. It was famous for its live art houses, its galleries, its theatre scene and general creative vibe. Now although today things are slightly different, it still retains some of that creative energy, but it's more well known for vintage shopping, record stores and just a general place for the kids of Tokyo to hang out, get loose and soak up some of that creative energy. Now seeing as I'm going to be exploring a vintage area, I thought I'd go with a kind of vintage setup. So today we're going to be taking the FUJI X-Pro 3 out once again, but this time I'm going to be pairing it with the Voightlander 35mm f1.4. Now this is an all manual lens with a really classic vintage look to it. It has a 50mm equivalent field of view on the Fuji system. It's a Leica M mount, so I have to use an adapter to fit it to the Fuji camera. And this was also my 40th present from my wife, so big ups to her for supporting me and supporting my photographic endeavours. And don't forget, like, subscribe, drop comments, press them things, you know the drill by now. This is YouTube, it helps me grow the channel, it helps me get my videos seen by more people who are into this kind of thing. With all that said, let's hit the streets and let's go shoot. Off. I mean, like you say, walking around here, it's basically nowadays it's record shops, live music venues, little bars, vintage clothing shops everywhere, and bubble tea. I can get down with the bubble tea and that, but the problem with all this vintage clothing stuff, nothing bloody fits me. You often see fashion students down this bit. Passion. Taking photos in front of the graffiti because it's dead cool and that. One of the great things about using this Voightlander lens is it has depth of field markings on the top, so you can essentially zone focus, which is perfect when you're out shooting the street. It basically means that at the moment I'm shooting either at f8 or f11 because it's quite sunny, and I've got my shutter speed at 500th of a second, and then it basically means that I can set the focal range of the lens. So at the moment it's set to anything between about 1.5 meters to around 5 meters. And basically everything that comes within that range is in focus. which is great because it means that you're not fiddling with the focusing. As soon as you see something, you just get into the right distance from them, press the trigger, and in theory, you know, you should capture it nicely. So a really good tip when you're shooting street is, if you can, zone focus. It's just one less thing to worry about. It gives you more time to focus on what's around you and hopefully take some good shots like this. And I missed it. Talking to you lot, you made me miss it. Now, this is another little spot we like to come to in the evenings. It's called the Suzanari, and the upstairs is a theatre space. It's owned by Honda Theatre Company, who are like one of the big theatre operators in the area, and it's kind of like a training ground for up and coming actors and performers. So a lot of the sort of celebrities who are really smashing it now in the Japanese actors, a lot of them will have come through this place at some point. But that's not why I like it. I like it because of this. And now all these are like little bars. And again, on a night out, you can kind of go in just from one to the other. Real cool local vibe. An awesome space. We've had some fun nights out in here. You know, they pull the guitars off the wall and have a little sing-song. So yeah, great little spot. There's a really good bar there, Bar Ghetto, I'd recommend if you're ever in the area. So if you want a good night out when you're in Shimokitazawa, Little Soul Cafe is just over there. Suzanari's here, and you can go in any one of these places and feel instantly at home. We're in the centre of Shimokitazawa now, and this is called Big Ben. Shimokitazawa's little Big Ben. So it's not quite as impressive as the one in London, but at least it works. Playing Liam Gallagher there. Manchester and all that. This place does look like, it's pretty unassuming. They do the best crepes in all of Japan that I've had, and it's really cool. He's always got Disney cartoons playing. All the menus in Japanese. Loads of like toys that have been here for years and years and years. But she makes the best crepes in all of Tokyo. Oh. Genki, hi, Genki da yo. Yeah, Ichiban crepe. Ichiban. Mata ne. Yeah, I can't have those crepes anymore because they put on the pounds, you know what I mean? Big guy and all that. I tried to join a gym when I first moved here, Central Sports, because it's right near my house. It's got a swimming pool. It's cheap, it's like a community gym. Wouldn't let me in, would they? Because I've got a tattoo. Dickheads. So that was Shimokitazawa, episode 4, Visions in Tokyo. I'm gonna head back home now and have a look at some of these photos. I'm sure I got some good shots. And be sure to click that thumbs up and drop a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff if you're enjoying the series. I do truly appreciate all the support. And yeah, be sure to check out for the future episodes where I'll be exploring different parts of Tokyo with different camera setups. Peace.
Watch out for the ride.